Picture this, a bright, sunny morning. Your coffee brews as you glance over at the family photos lining the shelves of your comfortable home. But by nightfall, your world has turned upside down, your financial stability has crumbled, and you're left wondering where it all went wrong. For millions of families across the United States, this was not a hypothetical scenario in 2024. It was their reality. A year marked by record-high inflation, soaring debt, and unforeseen crises left many grappling with bankruptcy. These were not careless individuals, but hardworking families, blindsided by circumstances they couldn't foresee or control. In this documentary, we dive deep into the stories of 5 families who faced financial ruin. Their journeys reveal not only the vulnerabilities in our financial systems, but also the human spirit's resilience. These aren't just cautionary tales. They're blueprints for prevention and recovery. As you watch, ask yourself, how prepared are you? Could your family weather the storms of financial uncertainty? By 2024, bankruptcy filings soared to historic highs. Over 15% of households faced severe financial distress, and credit card debt in the U.S. reached a staggering $1.5 trillion. With inflation outpacing wage growth, the squeeze was felt across all income levels. This isn't just about numbers. Behind every statistic is a family struggling to make ends meet. Carlos and Maria Martinez were more than entrepreneurs. They were dreamers, innovators, and role models to their children. Emily and Max, their Austin-based startup, Next Gen AI, was poised to revolutionize the tech industry. But as the adage goes, the higher you rise, the harder you fall. Their downfall began with a failed product launch. Market conditions shifted, competitors outpaced them, and investors withdrew. By the time they realized the gravity of their financial situation, they were drowning in debt. Salaries were left unpaid, friendships strained, and employees departed. Key lesson: the Martinez's story highlights the importance of risk diversification and having a financial safety net. In the volatile tech industry, over-reliance on venture capital and market hype can spell disaster. Entrepreneurs should prioritize emergency reserves and contingency planning to ensure survival during downturns. The emotional toll on the family was profound. Carlos, once a confident leader, wrestled with guilt and self-doubt. Maria struggled to keep the family united as stress seeped into every corner of their lives. The children, who had once admired their parents' achievements, now faced an uncertain future filled with questions about stability and security. Jack and Sarah Thompson weren't just business owners. They were the heartbeat of their Salisbury, North Carolina community. For over a decade, Thompson's Tacos brought people together over sizzling plates and warm smiles. But after the pandemic, challenges mounted. Supply chain disruptions, rising food costs, and dwindling foot traffic chipped away at their profits. By mid-2024, despite their unwavering determination, they were forced to close their doors for good. Key lesson: the Thompsons' downfall underscores the necessity of financial adaptability and maintaining an emergency fund. Small businesses, particularly in volatile industries like food service, must also explore diversification, whether through catering, delivery services, or other revenue streams, to stay afloat during crises. Emotional impact: the closure of Thompson's Tacos wasn't just a financial loss, it was an emotional blow. Jack and Sarah grieved the loss of their labor of love, while their children, Kyle and Lily, felt the weight of the family's despair. It was a stark reminder of how closely intertwined personal identity can be with professional pursuits. The Johnsons saw real estate as their golden ticket. Over the years, Michael and Lisa acquired multiple properties, riding the wave of a booming housing market. But in 2024, the tide turned. Rising interest rates froze the market, and the Johnsons found themselves trapped under the weight of ballooning mortgages. Key lesson: the Johnsons' story highlights the perils of over-leveraging and the importance of understanding market cycles. Real estate can be a lucrative investment, but without proper debt management and a diversified portfolio, it's a high-stakes gamble. Emotional impact: foreclosure left the Johnsons feeling stripped of their achievements and security. For their children, Noah and Sophia, it was a confusing and painful chapter. The family had to grapple with a new reality, rebuilding their lives from scratch while mourning the loss of the stability they once took for granted. Flexibility drew Ruben and Maria Garcia to the gig economy, but instability became their undoing. As rideshare demand plummeted and freelance gigs dried up in 2024, the couple's income dwindled. Mounting medical bills and soaring gas prices pushed them over the edge. Key lesson: the gig economy offers freedom, but it lacks the safety nets of traditional employment. The Garcias' experience underscores the need for gig workers to prioritize retirement savings, health insurance, and alternative income streams to safeguard against economic downturns. Emotional impact: for the Garcias, bankruptcy was more than a financial crisis. It was a test of their resilience as a family. Their children, Adriana and Carlos, witnessed their parents' struggles and felt the strain on their once cheerful household. Richard and Emily Adams were a picture of financial stability until tragedy struck. Richard's sudden illness left the family scrambling to cover medical expenses, despite having insurance. The gaps in coverage drained their savings. Key lesson: the Adams family story is a stark reminder of the importance of comprehensive insurance and emergency funds. Preparing for the unexpected, whether through disability insurance or estate planning, can mean the difference between survival and bankruptcy. Emotional impact: Richard's illness reshaped the Adams family's dynamic. Emily became the sole provider while also caring for Richard. Their children, Mason and Emma, faced the heartbreak of seeing their parents struggle, learning early about the fragility of financial and physical well-being. Derek and Vanessa Morgan, a power couple from New York City, had high-paying careers, Derek as a corporate lawyer and Vanessa as an investment banker. They lived in a luxury apartment, drove expensive cars, and enjoyed lavish vacations. To outsiders, their life seemed perfect, but beneath the surface, they were living paycheck to paycheck. Their six-figure incomes were consumed by high living expenses, mortgages, and credit card debt. When Vanessa lost her job during an industry-wide restructuring, the financial house of cards collapsed. Unable to downsize quickly, they declared bankruptcy by late 2024. Key lesson: the Morgan story highlights the dangers of lifestyle inflation, spending in proportion to income without saving for emergencies. No matter how high your earnings, living beyond your means can lead to disaster. Downsizing and financial prudence are key to long-term stability. Emotional impact: for Derek and Vanessa, the loss of their lifestyle was a profound shock. Their children, Liam and Ava, struggled to adjust to a simpler way of life, and the family faced a steep learning curve in managing expectations and rebuilding their finances. Sharon Parker, a single mother from Des Moines, Iowa, worked tirelessly as a teacher to provide for her two sons, Jake and Ethan. Despite her modest income, she managed to keep the family afloat. But when Ethan was diagnosed with a rare autoimmune disease, the medical bills began piling up. Even with insurance, out-of-pocket costs for treatments and medications exceeded her ability to pay. By the end of 2024, Sharon had exhausted her savings and maxed out her credit cards. With no other options, she filed for bankruptcy. Key lesson: Sharon's experience underscores the importance of advocating for better healthcare options and exploring community resources for financial assistance. Having a robust emergency fund is crucial, especially for families with dependents. Emotional impact: Sharon felt immense guilt and helplessness, compounded by the stress of navigating Ethan's illness. Her sons, though young, began to understand the weight of their family's financial struggles. Despite the hardship, Sharon's determination to care for her family inspired hope. The Hendersons were third-generation farmers in rural Kansas. Greg and Laura Henderson managed a sprawling farm that had been in the family for decades. To keep up with competition and expand their operations, they took out large loans for new equipment and additional land. In 2024, a combination of extreme weather conditions and plummeting crop prices devastated their harvest. Unable to repay their loans, they lost the farm to foreclosure. Key lesson: the Henderson story illustrates the risks of over-leveraging in volatile industries. Farmers and others in cyclical markets must focus on diversification, insurance, and risk management to weather downturns. Emotional impact: losing the farm was more than a financial loss. It was the erasure of a family legacy. Their children, Ella and Sam, watched as generations of hard work were swept away, leaving a deep sense of loss and uncertainty. Ryan and Lucy Chen, both first-generation college graduates, believed higher education was the key to success. But by 2024, their combined student loan debt exceeded $200,000. Despite working stable jobs, their monthly payments consumed most of their income. When unexpected car repairs and medical expenses arose, they defaulted on their loans. With mounting penalties and interest, bankruptcy became their only option. Key lesson: the Chen's experience highlights the importance of budgeting for loan repayments and seeking options like income-driven repayment plans or refinancing. Families should weigh the costs of higher education against future earning potential to avoid unmanageable debt. Emotional impact: Ryan and Lucy felt disillusioned and burdened by the weight of their decisions. The stress strained their relationship, and their dreams of financial independence felt further out of reach than ever before. Mark and Rachel Bennett from Chicago had built a life together over 15 years, complete with 2 children, a home, and shared dreams. But when their marriage ended in a contentious divorce, their financial stability unraveled. Legal fees, the division of assets, and the costs of maintaining 2 separate households left both Mark and Rachel bankrupt by the end of 2024. Key lesson: the Bennett's story shows the financial toll of life transitions like divorce. Open communication, financial planning, and working with mediators can help mitigate costs during a separation. Emotional impact: for the Bennetts, bankruptcy was only part of the pain. Their children, Mia and Tyler, struggled to navigate the emotional and financial upheaval of their parents' separation. The family faced a long road to rebuilding their lives. From tech entrepreneurs to gig workers, these 10 families reveal that financial hardship can strike anyone, regardless of income level or background. Their stories provide powerful lessons on financial literacy, planning, and the importance of resilience. Lessons for everyone: build an emergency fund to cover at least 6 months of expenses. Diversify your income and investments. Protect yourself with insurance and estate planning. Avoid over-leveraging debt, and plan for life's unexpected events. Inspiration and hope: while these families faced enormous challenges, they also demonstrated incredible resilience. Through hard work, resourcefulness, and determination, they began to rebuild their lives. If these stories inspired you, like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Join us as we explore more stories, lessons, and practical advice to secure your financial future. Let's build a more stable tomorrow, starting today.